Alrighty guys, this is Zerg Gaming and today we are going to be casting another Kerrigan Survival match, but before we start, 69% of all of the people watching this video right now are not subscribed, so why not consider supporting the channel and hit that subscribe button, because today we are in for a treat. This is a pretty long replay, I gotta say. I looked at the file and probably the time on this video is pretty long. And plus, on top of that, most of these guys are actually professional players. Yeah, I can already see that. I doubt that this is a pre-made, but most of these guys are known to me, like Husky. He's playing with Elementalist, a good player. And we have Cleared the 4th with this one. I don't really know how good he is. I'm gonna expect a lot from him though. He is going for everything that he should be going for. It's gonna go straight into a Satellite, and then we have Shadow Wolf with the Stukov. I know the guy is really good. Rekanova with Artanis, again a good player. We also have I Love Noobs, great player with the Technician. Cleared again, and then I guess we have who is this guy? His name is Best of You, and he's playing with the Geek. I think I got pretty much everybody. And we also have support main with Celandis. I don't really know how good this guy is, but again, I'm pretty sure he is really strong, judging by the fact that he's actually building the right way. Look at this, 0 distance between those mineral patches and then that Nexus. And then on the other side we have Barcode with Zagara, and then the Hunter is gonna be, let me check, we're gonna have Lucas Europa with he's gonna be the Hakka. Okay, he actually spawned. He's gonna try and go for Rekanova with Artanis. Look at this, Artanis actually built a Stalker. I haven't really seen this before. Yeah, this is like one of the first Stalker Artanis starts I've seen. Yeah, this is very interesting. Okay, and I guess it's fun because he can actually one-shot all of this with a Stalker. Man, that Stalker is good. I've never thought of that, like beginning with Artanis, mostly because the Cybercore is 200 minerals, so it would be an extremely expensive start, but I believe the guy knows what he's doing. He has already farmed how much gas? 13 gas. He's ready to get up to like 2 mothership cores, or I believe almost 3 of those simulators. In the meantime, what are the other guys doing? We have Best of You, who's gonna go for a farming outpost, nothing too special. And then we also have I Love Noobs. He's just gonna go for like a very small farming outpost with the Technician. Now of course he does need to go into a lot of gas and just farm a lot in general to be able to do anything. But the Hakka will find this one and it will get destroyed. Now the Hakka is scouting all over the place, as far as I can see. Are they patrolling? I mean, yes, they are actually setting up patrols. Okay, I guess either Barcode or the Hakka are setting up patrol after patrol after patrol. I can see one here, and then I believe there's more. There's gotta be more. Yeah, this is also patrol. All of the like most obvious spots are now under patrol, so the Zergs are doing great so far. Now I Love Noob is doing also pretty fine. He's now at 400 minerals and it's rising, and he's got like 3 gas right now. He's doing really well. He even like went, okay, I thought for a second that maybe he had the second outpost, but he does not. He actually doesn't have one. The Hakka is on the low ground next to his income, next to his base, but I guess he's not gonna see it. And the guy is just gonna go for more outposts in the top right hand side of the corner, because he does need a ton of gas. Look at this. Cleared is trying to get income off of Stukov, because if he does buff a couple of units with these predators, he gets a lot of minerals. Now the Hakka is scouting this bottom left hand side of the map, and he's doing really great because he knows there is a lot of people in here. One will find that Shadow Wolf income. Shadow Wolf should salvage. He does not know about the Hakka. The Hakka is so close to him. He's got no idea. He's not gonna micro the Zergling to destroy those infested ends. And now the Hakka is gonna go after the rest of Shadow Wolf's income. Now Shadow Wolf, they're gonna have to run. He's even walling himself in. What is this now? He's gonna, okay, no, he's gonna attack the Zerglings. Now the Hakka knows that he is here. He's gonna go after him now. Okay, he's just gonna dodge the drag with the blink, and he will get out. He did lose most of his income, but he's still holding really well. Yeah, he's just gonna rebuild it. Like the second he lost it, he rebuilt everything. Now is the Hakka gonna go after him again? Okay, he's not. In the meantime, we have I Love Noobs going for a ton of these accumulators and these vision towers. He's just getting good outposts right now. I guess that's his goal. Does he want? Okay, he is now defending this thing. This little outpost. He's even got one of these smaller tower outposts ready to actually defend this couple of transmutation factories. It's not like he already has like how many? He's got like one more outpost. A second one, even though it's not necessary, I guess it's great to have in general. He's even gonna wall it off with a ton of these gates and even an engineering bay. Okay, he's making sure that no one is gonna break those accumulators or factories. Look at this. I mean, these aren't as safe as the others, but they're fine too. Are these a +2? Yes, everything is +2 right now for the technician. As far as I can see, yeah, he's got probably the best income right now, because not even the Elementalist has advanced probes. He's just gonna go for good old regular probes, which are not wrong, but again, you'd like me to make some farming now. The Elementalist goes into the snowball, he will crash into a Zergling, and now the Hakka is on his way. Now will the Hakka manage to catch him? Probably yes. Now Elementalist, he needs to run. Now the Swan could actually use the speed buff aura to increase the Elementalist speed, but he's not doing it, and I guess the Hakka will catch up with him and he will just get destroyed by the Hakka. Yeah, that was bad. The Hakka just got the Elementalist. I mean, he kinda messed up because he needed to use that snowball when he knows 100% he's not gonna get blocked by Zerglings. That's what you need to do. Because if you mess up your ice ball, then you're just gonna go down. Just gonna die. And that's exactly what happened to him. Now, this technician is like transmuting so many resources right now. Now he's got +4s on the left. Yeah, he's doing a great job by just spending all of his money, and he also has a lot of outposts in the top right side of the map. Now the Hakka is gonna go after this Atlantis, I believe. Okay, he did actually scan for him, I forgot about that. And there's even a Zergling in here trying to patrol inside the area. The Hakka is gonna scout that one too, and he is now headed towards the top right hand side of the map to eventually destroy this technician. Yeah, this technician is really strong at this point, with 9 gas already. He's got, I believe, how many minerals would this be? This would be about 5,000 minerals at minute 10 for a technician, which is great even in the older patch. But now he's even stronger, he is like so much better. Look at this, Barcode is even gonna go for some roaches, yeah. Zagara is preparing for the battles and he's just trying to clean up most of these outposts, and roaches are pretty much the best like units to do that with. No technician, I love noobs, needs to kind of retreat. Is he gonna though? Yes, he's gonna salvage that one. He's gonna get dragged attacked by Zerglings, but he's gonna run away. Yeah, he's just too fast for the Hakka. He's at 5.2 move speed and the Hakka is only right now at 3.5, so he is way ahead of the Hakka. The Hakka manages to drag him once, but I mean that's nothing, that's not that important. Now he's got +8 on the left. I can see that this technician is going for a ton of very expensive transmutation factories, even though you would want to upgrade these ones to +4 before you upgrade those to +8. Just because the smaller the factory, the better the returns. The Hakka is not gonna go towards the right side of the map. He's just gonna attack most of these turrets. And these are air, so he can just attack the turrets with his anti-air, which gives him a bit of range. He's gonna go after support main once again. He's gonna have to salvage. He will salvage. Now support main, you need to run. No, you need to run with the Atlantis. The Hakka is gonna drag him and he's gonna spam some hydros. Will they be enough? Yes, they will. This Atlantis will just go down, destroyed by the Hakka. Yeah, poor guy. Shadowwolf says one down. Yeah, that's true. But Shadowwolf himself doesn't have that many resources. I guess he's got a couple of pits and then dams, but that's like nothing. He doesn't even have gas. Stukov is not doing as well as the technician right now. I guess Best of You is also doing alright here, but I mean, these roaches are gonna just destroy all of his diamondbacks. He really should go for a couple more. Just because these roaches are gonna go through everything, he is gonna lift everything up, and I guess he's gonna run away right now, won't he? Yes, he will. He will just leave altogether, like no questions asked. He will leave. Now look at all of these Hydra, they're aiming for the technician base and the technician outpost, and they're gonna destroy it. It's all gonna go down. Now the Hakka is just cleaning everything up, and the technician is trying to rebuild everything back on the left side of the map, because the right one is of course compromised. The Hakka just went through everything he had and destroyed it all. Yeah, poor technician, man. Look at this. The Hakka's gonna go after Harmony after the others took off. I guess he's also right, but I mean, no, Harmony, you have to salvage your stuff, salvage your dens. This is clearly not a pre-made, but most of these guys are actually pros, including Lucas. Yeah, Lucas is relentlessly looking for income and stuff to destroy from the survivors. Look at Technician though, he's forced into going into the +16s right now. Yeah, this is really good for him. Look at this now. No, he's got 10,000 at minute 14. Or I guess he's got a bit more, like 13,000 at minute 14. I gotta say, the thing is, he had to salvage a couple of things and just lose it all a couple of times because the Hakka just went after his base. Now he's just probably cleaning up the right hand side of the map. He's gonna succeed in doing so though. Yeah, look at this. There's almost nothing left from the Technician base. Only like one small laser tower, but that's kind of it. And these trainees that are probably gonna die. Yeah, there you go. He's not even gonna bother to blink them away, because for the most part they're not even that expensive. They're only like 10 minerals each, so they're not worth all of the time. Now Shadow Wolf will have to get out. He probably will have, yeah, there you go, to blink down, because he probably knows Zagara is here waiting for him to make a mistake and just go towards Zagara, because again, yeah, she's got over now, I believe, 130 DPS. This is insane, especially if she manages to snare the Stukov. There is no way Stukov is gonna leave a Zagara encounter. The Hakka's gonna check for a couple more buildings. Now look at this. Best of You is still retreating all of his buildings right now, like pretty much all of them, and he's gonna go, I believe, okay, he's gonna go in the top right hand side of the map, which is great, I guess, but he doesn't have that much income. That's a huge problem. So the guy will probably not be able to do much just because of his lack of income and damage in the first place. Now the Hakka will probably find Rekanova's outpost. Yeah, the poor Titans will get found, and I'm afraid, yeah, the Hakka is even gonna spam some Hydras now. Nova, you kinda have to salvage now. The Hydras are here. The Hydras are gonna be right around your base, and then an Overseer comes by, and then he will finally salvage all of this and probably recall his motherships. Yeah, you should do that before the Hydras get to you. The Hydras will get one mothership. Okay, recall. Won't he? No, he won't. I mean, he will try to build a Nexus, but is it gonna be too late? No, it's not. Actually, he will just save one mothership and one core, because the other one just died. But he did well for that situation, even though he could have salvaged a lot earlier. He only lost one mothership, so for now it's all fine. Now the Hakka even has the +2 range for the Hydras. Ranged attacks are very scary, especially paired with the drag. It's almost impossible to survive that. Like one drag and you're gonna go down. Look at Shadow though, he's gonna go for even more income. He's holding, even though he practically has nothing whatsoever. He's still building whatever he can to keep himself up above the water. He's even got 1-1 now for all of his infested. Now the Zerg also have 1-1, so he's not at a disadvantage right now. Hammond is gonna get attacked once again by the Hydras, and he's gonna lose just everything before he can salvage anything. Look at that. The Hakka just destroyed him. I love Nobs is even gonna go for disintegration towers on these outposts for no reason. Are these the ones that actually reduce the armor? Okay, so what does this do? Range effect. Okay, so it does reduce armor. The disintegration tower is just the armor shredder of the Technician, which even though is fine whenever you're fighting like a lot of squishy units, or I guess a couple of big ones, but 12 armor is not that much. For an outpost it might be worth it though, but I mean, I'm kinda becoming to be sad for the survivors, because they don't really seem to be having a chance. For the most part, the Isle of Noobs Technician is doing the best. Look at this. He's got about 20,000 resources now, and he's basing. I think he's basing in the top right side of the map. Look at all of those laser towers. Yeah, is he gonna just upgrade all of them to lasers? Yeah, probably I can see he's got like 3,000, 6,000, 7,000 minerals to spend, and these plus 32s are still working to this day, and he still has a lot of gas. Now the Hakka will go by his base once again. He will even destroy this, clear the 4th Dragon laser drills. I mean, come on dude, Clert, you shouldn't really be building this in here, because this is just a bad place for them to be. I guess they're gonna be able to get some gas, but other than that, nothing. Yeah, they kinda need to go towards the Technician right here, right now. Because he seems to be the only one able to defend against the Zerg. He even has +2, +1 upgrades. So he doesn't mess around, but the Hakka is now busy with... okay, he will find another Isle of Noobs income, but I mean... the outpost will just not be transmutating at all. Because the guy probably knows that the Hakka was on his way. And he was prepared now. He is again ready to fight. He's got a full-on base this time. Not just little outposts, but actual huge bases. And he also has a couple of freaking +64s. And he's now getting an extra 2,000 minerals per transmutation tick. And that's fine, but the thing is, you kind of need a lot of gas to be able to use that. Yeah, look at this. I guess he'll be able to get it because all of these hydros are now starting to attack. He's even gonna go for +3, +2. One more upgrade of each and he is ready to attack the Hakka. Or is he? Okay, yes he is. The Hakka's gonna go towards the walls, and I guess with those hydros he will be able to eventually destroy all of this. But what will the Technician do? He will even use his like slowing aura on the Hakka right now. The Hakka's gonna drag him. He's gonna be hit once, and that's kind of it. He's gonna go around. He's gonna blink on the high ground, and then he's gonna run away. And it's all up to these turrets to just defeat the Hakka. Oh, look at that gas though. Look at that gas. The Hakka is now just feeding the Technician so hard. He's just gonna try and go for whatever turrets he can. He's gonna try and spam some units, but they don't really work this well. All of these turrets, even though they are pretty squishy, they do still deal a lot of damage. Now Lucas is gonna go from the back with a lot more of his Hydras, and he will manage to break the base eventually, but not before giving the Technician over 300 gas to spend on these +64s. Yeah, that was not the wisest thing the Hakka could be doing. Now Technician is even gonna go into a lot more of these turrets, and I guess he's gonna upgrade them like twice now, because once is not enough. You're gonna need a lot more upgrades. You're gonna go for a lot of these integration towers. Yeah, he's gonna go for freaking 5 of them and upgrade a couple of them, and pretty much everything is... because this is gonna max out the superior laser towers. Now they're insanely strong and able to deal up to... how much damage is that? That's about 300 damage a second. Imagine how many of these does he have. I can't really tell. I need to select them. Yeah, 5 of those, like 1500 DPS. That is insane. The Hakka's gonna walk in, but now the Technician is gonna use the accelerator and they're gonna do a lot of damage. The Hakka just loses about 1000 HP in a matter of seconds. That was like 20,000, 25,000 HP. Like 3 seconds. He's gonna now drag Shadow Wolf, and I guess the guy is sadly gonna... no, that's Hammond, but he will make it out. No way. The Stukov, no, he will go back and he will go through all of those links and he will eventually go down. What was that, Stukov? He frantically ran around without really going anywhere, and that really allowed the Hakka to eventually destroy him. And now the Hakka has to deal with a huge OP Technician base at minute 25 all by himself, or I guess with the Barcode dude, because I can see Barcode has a lot more income than anyone else. Now the Hakka is going to try to drag the Predator with Swan in it, but he's not gonna be doing it. He did not manage. Now Bestiv is finally gonna go for some Widow Mines. Look at this. After about 25 minutes of AFKing, he's finally gonna do something. He does have like a fair bit of income, I gotta say, but not enough to impress anyone at minute 26. You're supposed to be having Odins now if you're a geek. That's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta build, and he's just not doing that. He's not building Odins. I guess he does not have that much income at this point. Now Artemis is gonna try and push with a lot of those immortals, but I mean now Artemis will be very low. He will even get slowed, and other lings will try to follow him, and he will be under attack by a ton of those Zerglings. But he does have like 13 armor, so he will be able to survive a lot of shots. He's even gonna warp in a couple more units, but he will get attacked by the roaches. Artemis, no, you need to run. He'll be very low and he will get destroyed right before Shadow Wolf could do anything to save him. That was so close. Artemis should have run away, because Zagara just followed him, and now Shadow Wolf will even lose most of his income. because of that thing, because he was distracted by the other guy. You know, this is looking really dire for the survivors. Other than maybe this technician, nobody else has income, like, at all. This is not a situation you want to be in if you are the survivors. Now the Hakka's gonna go after Shadow Wolf's income, because he's gonna try and dash towards all of those, but he will manage to salvage it. He will at least salvage all of the aberration covers. Nope, never mind, he will just lose everything, because the Hakka now has +3 damage, and the Lings did up to 25 a shot, and that is insane. Now the only hope the survivors have is the technician. It's now like 100% confirmed. Stukov is gone, Artanis is gone, nobody has income other than him, and I guess this geek who doesn't even know how to use his money. I mean, this is fine, but we're gonna have to see if the geek is gonna be smart enough to try to counter some Brutalists, because those are the only guys who can actually break a technician base. Now of course Shadow will have to run through a lot of stuff and eventually make it towards the base. He will. Will he blink? Yes, he will, because all of these rocks are just stopping him from reaching the base. He's now gonna go after a lot of those income structures. Yeah, look at that. That's a ton of them, and I guess that's the right thing to do, because the dens do cost like a lot of gas but not a lot of minerals, and Stukov now misses minerals, so getting these is the right option. Now the Hakka's gonna try and go after the top Isle of Noob's base, even though that's long gone. He's no longer taking care of it. He's gonna manage to do it, but I mean, he's not attacking the like problem base, which is this one. If he can break this base, then he's the boss. He will be able to easily win the whole game, but I don't think he wants to do that just yet. I mean, both him and the barcode dude are just going for a ton of these structures and a lot of income. I believe they're preparing for the like very late game fight, and I respect that. Okay, I like seeing that, but at the same time, giving them more time is not really the best option. Okay, so you'll need to push, because oh, look at this barcode though. He's even gonna be spamming a couple of songs. You know, the dude's got like 3,000 minerals in the bank, doing nothing with them, and now these Diamondbacks will get rid of all of those Lings, and then they're gonna start attacking the Psalms. Now the Psalms absolutely destroy Diamondbacks. They have no chance, but these laser towers though, they do have a chance, and the same goes for the Claire the 4th Draken lasers. It's finally gonna go for a couple of them. Yeah, there's gotta be about, I don't know, 18 lasers. With how much? 18 lasers with 80 damage a second. They deal up to like 3000 damage a second. These Swan thingies are just insanely good, and now even the Widowmines are gonna step forward towards the Zagara. Yeah, they're not ready to attack whatever they see. I mean, they don't do that much damage, but I guess they're fine for now. For the late game, of course, you wanna have Odins and nothing else, because everything else is just useless, including the Diamondbacks and the Widowmines. Those lasers are gonna destroy everything. They're just gonna go for the songs. Look at that. The technician turrets barely need to attack now because the Swan is so good. Now, realistically speaking, the Swan and together with the technician would be able to counter pretty much everything that Zerg throws at them. Because the only thing that counters technician are the Brutalists, and the Swan together with these Draken lasers, he will be able to just attack all of those and just kill all of the Brutalists from a distance with no problems whatsoever. So I do believe this base has a really high chance of staying alive. Now these Hydras are gonna go after the Harmonic Ghost income. Yeah, that is very rude from the Zerg. Why would they even try to go for the Ghost income? Yeah, the Zerg is not that polite right now. Look at that. They're even gonna go for the Hydras, and they're gonna kill a lot of these infested. It will eventually go down, and I guess the Roaches will go down though. Yeah, look at that. Now the Zergs are trying, but not so much, to do something. I mean, now we are in a place of silence in this game, because nobody really wants to do anything. Not even the Hakka at this point, only like Stukov. Together with the Technician, I believe. Yeah, look at this. Stukov and Technician are doing amazing, but the others, they're not even pushing. Now Zagara will have to destroy those Ravagers. She will manage to. Now look at this. Best of it just pinging his yeah, the technician base. Look at this. Now even this Stukov gets an ultra cavern there. Now okay, here we go. Zagara's gonna push a lot of Banes and like one Soft and a couple of Roaches, and they're gonna be able to do a lot of damage. They're gonna go over all of these Infested and all of these Diamond Base, like no problem whatsoever. They're just gonna roll into everything, no problem. They're gonna destroy a lot of the technician structures and turrets, and the thing is, he's got a lot of rocket towers in his base, and they will be able to like destroy all of those buildings. Now here comes the Zerg once again, this time with a couple of Brutalists. Yeah, they're very ready to just destroy everything that the survivors have, and they will manage to like destroy half of the technician base up until now, which is really bad for all of the survivors now. I mean, these Diamondbacks will not do anything to the Banelings. Now here we go. Hamoni is going for a couple of lighters, which are really good against Banelings in general, because they do the splash. He's not even gonna upgrade them, which is the right thing to do, but I mean, that's quite a late upgrade. They're gonna be able to destroy most of the Banelings, but at the same time, yeah, look at this, the Barcode is gonna push from the bottom of the map with a couple of zones. Now Zagara seems to be carrying the Hakka so far. She seems to be like the bread and butter of the team, and she's seeming to just destroy everything and everyone at this point, except the survivors will rebuild the bases. Now the technician, he's got 40,000 minerals. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually tried to go for a couple more rockets together with lasers. If he does that, if he scales long enough, he will eventually be able to destroy everything the Zerg has. Now the Zerg is going to be pushing with a ton of Swamps together with the Banelings. They're going to go after all of these rocks, all of the walls to get destroyed. Now the Swamps are going to go in. Now even the Swan is going to try to actually laser all of these guys, but the thing is, so he's going to spam some Infested to tank for all of those Swamps. They will manage to for the most part, but now, okay, the Swamps are going to get to attack the turrets, but they will eventually go down. And now the Isle of Noobs technician is gonna be back at 300 gas at this point. Now look at this, even the Hakka's trying to push now. He got a lot of income, but now here comes Zagara once again with all of those Corruptors, which are doing really well against all of these turrets. All of these rocket turrets that are not even maxed out. Yeah, the Corruptor just destroyed almost all of those. Now the Hakka is gonna try to push with his own Banelings, which I guess is the right option. I cannot really say anything about it just yet. It's just like a nice set of units to have, even though the Banelings are not perfect, because of course the rocket turrets will be able to destroy most of those, no problem, but I guess he's doing it right. Yeah, look at this. The Hakka's gonna be pushing all of these SCVs. Look at this, no way. Someone's sending SCVs towards the Banelings to, I believe, distract them. Now these rocket turrets are actually maxed out, which is gonna make them a lot better dealing with all of the Banelings, and the Banelings will eventually get destroyed with barely doing any damage. Yeah, the Banelings didn't have a chance here. Now even the Swamps are gonna go forward, but the Swan will be able to destroy them in seconds. Again, no problem, no questions asked, and they will get destroyed. Now look at this, the Swamps are gonna try and push once again. They're even gonna use the anti-armor missile on them, or I guess this is the anti-armor like shocking tower thingy. Yes, that is. Now the Swamps will eventually go down. Here come like two more together with another one who did not die recently. Now the two will go down too though, but look at this, the Clerk guy is gonna go for so many laser drills against the Swamps, and I believe they will eventually go down too. Now here is the Zagara going for a couple of more units, which is gonna be a couple of Banelings together with the Swamps and some Roaches, which is fine, but again, they cannot really deal with an almost maxed out technician base. That's not how it works, and I guess the Swamps will be able to destroy everything in here eventually. Now they only take like the Draken lasers with them, but that's kind of it. Other than that, there's like half useless, now not doing anything really. Now the Banelings are gonna go forward, the Banelings are gonna go. The Swamps are gonna go after the rock, and now the Banelings are also gonna go after whatever turrets they can find. They will destroy a couple of upgraded ones, because the technician is just trying to expand at this point, because he's running out of turrets, even though he's got a ton of gas. Now look at his spending though, he's spending so much gas on just transmutations in general. This is practically the way to go about playing technician. Now could someone go Ghost Nova? Reika probably could, but he doesn't have the gas, so he cannot go Ghost Nova just yet. He's gonna have to wait a lot of time before that's gonna be possible. Or I guess 21 gas. The Swamps are gonna go in over all of those turrets. They will now even attack the walls, but the thing is the walls are very tanky at over 3000 HP. And the Swamps will eventually go down. Once again, destroyed by the Terran. They could also go, okay, there you go. Zagara's gonna go for a couple of Brutalists, which are the ultimate weapon against the Technician base. They can absolutely destroy him if they wanted to. They're gonna go after most of those turrets, and they're gonna eventually go down too to the same turrets they're trying to attack. Now, the Technician does have +3 damage. Even though it's not maxed out, it's still a very decent set of upgrades. Now even Stukov is trying to tank against whatever he can. And he himself doesn't have that much income. He's gonna try and go for Noctules, I guess, to make up for it. Because he cannot spawn a lot of units either. Now here comes the Hakka once again with all of those Banelings and Swamps, which I guess are fine, but against all of these predictions, I don't know. They will just destroy all of these Banelings. Now there's only gonna be the Swamps and the Brutalists left, and I believe the Dragon Lasers can destroy those easily. Now they're not gonna attack them just yet, I believe. Okay, now there you go, they're gonna attack all of the Swamps, and they will, for the most part, they will even destroy a couple of these like starports and factories, but they will eventually just get destroyed. Swamps will go down too on the left side. I mean, Zagara is gonna send them one by one. This is not good. One by one are not gonna do anything. You need to send them in larger groups together with probably some Banelings. Now the Hakka, even though he's fine, he needs more income. He just doesn't have income to sustain everything he's doing. Now here comes Barcode once again with the Swamps. They're gonna be walking forward towards all of these turrets. Yeah, look at it, they're gonna go down to the most part of them. But now the Swamps get destroyed in seconds. Yeah, they don't seem to be having much of a chance here. Okay, here comes the Hakka with a couple of Banes together with some Swamps, which might actually be the answer. Just go for non-stop Swamp bailing and Brutalist aggression. But I mean, the thing is, you'll need to be doing it a lot more often than this. Pretty much as soon as your units die, you need to replace them in the second number 2 after the incident. Okay, the Swamps are gonna go after all of these Dragon Lasers, no problem, they're just gonna go down, and then even after the Stone Piles. But the Stone Piles will hold. Now here is Zagara once again pushing together with the Hakka with the Brutalists. So now there's the two guys actually combined forces against the survivors. Now will this push manage to do anything? Now it will get attacked by a lot of Ravagers and turrets and rockets, but I believe that it is actually doing work. The Banelings are getting in and they're gonna go, they're not quite gonna manage to go towards any of the turrets, but the Brutalists didn't even try. That was a bit sad. If you have Brutalists, at least use them. They're gonna go after a lot of these turrets they're hoping to get, but they are gonna be going down. Brutas down. Now here come a couple more Brutas together with some Banelings. The Banes are fine, but I'm feeling that at this point only Brutalists could like help break the base, because now the only guy here is of course the Isle of Noobs Technician. They could really use a couple more Brutas, but I mean, I believe that Son would be able to destroy most of those, but again, it's the best way to deal damage. Now Husky says I have 1 FPS. Well, I'm afraid your PC is not strong enough to handle all this. I mean, not even mine. Yeah, look at my frames though, they're so low. I guess I cannot see it in here, but I gotta be having like 10 frames a second. This is really hard to process for any GPU or CPU. Now the Hakka is gonna move again with the Banelings towards all of those units, and he's gonna try to go once again for the Technician turret, but I mean, this is a very tight choke, and all of those Banelings will get destroyed by the rocket turrets, no problem. And then also the Brutas will get one shot by the turrets, and they will go down. Now here comes Barcode once again with a lot of Zerglings and Banelings, even though this is not the best way to do it. Now look at Shadow Wolf. He's finally gonna go for some Aberrations, which are basically the best unit that the Stukov could possibly have. Okay, he F me hard XD says Reganova. I guess he did destroy his income after all. Hakka come and we will see who dies first. I mean, the Hakka's not gonna go here like ever. He's way too low for that. He's just preserving HP at 20,000. Because now the base is like established, they just need to try and break it, but all of those songs are not working. They need to be more consistent with their pushes and probably push from the side that is easier for the survivors to defend. Like for example this one, they could just try and destroy this one and then move on to the others. That would be a great strategy. Now the Lucas is gonna try and go after that one rock, even though I don't know The Brutalists seem to be very bad at destroying rocks in general, and okay, here we go. Once again, Bargo's gonna go for a couple of Zerglings, but Zerglings cannot really do much, they can't do anything. Now even Zagara will get attacked by the Dragon lasers from the Swan. She will go back, and then she will try and go once again for a couple of units, will she? She's gonna go for some songs, but again, do not YOLO them in like this, bro, you don't need to. Okay, I guess he's just spawning more and more songs at this point, like no problem, but again, it's a bit risky, it's a bit shady, the songs are gonna be destroyed eventually. Now here comes the Hakka once again with a ton of those banelings for I guess the 11th time, which are for the most part gonna get destroyed by all of these rocket turrets that have no problem dealing with those and that now are maxed out completely. They have 5/5, they have 400 HP, they have everything. Even the full 10 armor, it is gonna be fairly helpful against the banelings. It is gonna make them like require 5 bailing shots instead of like 4. Oh, that's fine now. Okay, here is best if we're going for all of those Odins. Okay, this is going well actually. Yeah, even the Geek can go for these Odins. The game is going well for the survivors. But this could very easily turn. Only if the Hakka gets a good drag, or he's just gonna push a lot more often, because he's not pushing often enough, and nor is Zagara. You need to be pushing every single second so that you don't give the survivors time to rebuild. The Psalms will of course go forward, they will try and go after all of these Ravagers, but it won't quite work. Because Zagara is gonna destroy most of those, and then the Banelings on the top are gonna actually move forward towards the Perditions and the Flames. They will be doing a ton of damage. They have the +3 status, they do deal 50 damage, which is a lot of damage in general. Now here come the Banelings once again from both the Hakka and Zagara, and they're gonna try and attack at the same time, I believe. Okay, here is okay, Zagara's not gonna move in yet, but now she's moving in with all of the Psalms and all of the Banelings. They're gonna destroy a couple of these aberrations, but that's kind of it. They won't manage to do anything else, and so is the Hakka. I mean, all of these Banelings against Perdition is not a good thing. Yeah, Lighters can just eat those Banelings for lunch. And now this Ghost, the Harmony Ghost, is just filthy rich for no reason. And I guess the dude is gonna go around once again with all the Banelings and the Somphs, trying to break the survivor base, but not quite managing up until now. He grabbed me away, says Reykanova. Oh, I guess he's gonna go for the Ghost. Yeah, look at that. It looks like this Ghost has lost his income quite a few times, so the Hakka is probably the one responsible. He's gonna get actually blocked by all of these units. Yeah, look at all of those aberrations. They're gonna block the Hakka. Now he's gonna try and cloak. He's not gonna be able to. Now will he actually manage to run away? He's 10,000 HP, not able to do much now. Here comes the song. It will manage to free him eventually, but not without him losing 7,000 HP. And they say GG, but it's not GG. He of course escapes and runs away. As a Hakka, you should never try and get blocked by other people and other survivors. They just lost him half of his HP for no reason whatsoever. He could have avoided that. Still a win. I mean, don't be so sure. If the Technician falls, then the Zerg would win just easily here, because there's no way these guys can hold Somphs on their own, especially Stukov, who doesn't have that great of a late game army. All of these Somphs are gonna go through everything, including the Naktul, including all of these Draken lasers. And I mean, Stukov spawning those infested is not the best and brightest idea, because the Somphs can just splash them. Another Predator will go down from Swan, because the Somphs just do too much damage. They even have the diamond plating armor, so they are full upgrades. Yak is even gonna go personally towards some of those units, but I mean, I wouldn't recommend it because he does have only 8,000 HP. He needs a lot more than that if he wants to face tank anything. Now Zagara, she's gonna try and push with a couple of some Banelings once again, but I mean, will she succeed? I don't think she will. She'll probably get a couple of these structures, but then she'll be done with it. Zagara really needs to push a lot more often, because this is just not enough. Yeah, she's got 22,000 resources in the bank. Why not try to like spam them? Just spend them. That's why they're there. Now I guess the Banelings will have to move into all of those infested Terrans, because Tukov is doing really well so far. He is even level 14. Yeah, this is one of the strongest Tukovs I've ever seen. Level 14. in like a non-sandbox game. He does do a lot of damage now. He deals over, I believe, yeah, that's about 700 damage per second by one Stook of the Storms. To move forward to the right, they're gonna go after all of the Diamondbacks that won't get to do anything, and they will now try to go after the turrets, but I'm not sure. The turrets don't seem to be fighting at all, yeah, they only seem to destroy most of the Zerglings and most of the Banelings for no reason. More Banelings are moving in, and so are the Somphs. They're gonna actually try to go after this full-on base, yeah, look at this. Banelings are gonna go forwards, and so will Somphs, and most of the aberrations will actually get destroyed. Nope, never mind. The turrets can destroy those Somphs in seconds, I believe. Yeah, look at this, they also have a Ghost Nova. The Harmony dude finally went for the Ghost Nova, and now with this in mind, I'm pretty sure the survivors have won. Because the Ghost Nova will really prevent the Somphs from ever coming close, and same goes with the Brutalists. Yeah, Nova will just be able to annihilate those two for no reason. She's now level 6 and she's got 13 range, which is decent. The Somphs will have no chance obviously, but even now the Brutalist could be a safe and nice option to fight the Technician that's now maxed out with 100,000 minerals in the bank. He doesn't really care even. Yeah, 52 buildings, still F income, yeah, that's true. Shadow Wolf needs a lot more. Can he actually go for Ghost Nova too? Oh, he's got minerals, yeah, he cannot spam units because he's got way too many minerals and not enough gas. I guess he will have to handle that. He's just gonna send the Banelings in on all of these infested and aberrations, and now the Ravagers are trying to fight the Banelings, but I mean the Banelings are way too fast for them to be killed fast enough, and those Banelings will just counter everything that Stukov has, even though he has a lot. Look at that, Stukov gets destroyed, most of his units do get destroyed, but he has still done a decent job. Now look at this, best of the three trying to push with a lot of these Odins, and now I guess Zagara will try and prevent this with Hydras and more Somphs, and the Odins will eventually fall, because truth be told, the Somphs, even though they're a bit, they have a tiny bit less DPS, if there's enough of them and they surround the Odins, they can just destroy them. Look at Zagara though! How much damage is that? That's gotta be like 1500 damage a second, that is insane. Yeah, the Odins just get destroyed by her. Machine Gun Zagara going to town right over here, yeah, and I guess more Banelings from the Hakka are gonna move in. But of course this is not gonna be consistent enough, and they will all just get obliterated by all of those turrets for no reason whatsoever. I mean, the Hakka, you could try and use Brutals or Somphs or something else, because obviously those don't work. No, the Hakka is gonna get attacked by a lot of laser drills. I mean, the Hakka, you kinda need to move. He will actually move. Laser drills are very dangerous, even though they don't deal that much damage to the Hunters. They still do a fair bit, yeah, if I'm gonna look at this. Okay, those songs will just be destroyed once again. Nothing too interesting to see here, but if you look at the laser drills, it only does like 20 versus heroic, which is really not a lot, but when you're this low now, okay, that was just a tiny little predator that will go down, but the Hakka will not manage to do that much here. That's the problem. The Isle of Noobs guy is just holding in like a champ here. The Hakka's got like 0 chance. I guess he's gonna try and push again. He tried pretty much everything except for Mass Brutalist. Only if both of those guys would just try Mass Bruta, that'd be a lot better, but I mean, it's still fine, they're still doing alright even without that. But I mean, they could use some improvements. Look at the songs though, yeah, they're gonna go for all of these stone piles, no problem, and now they will move on toward the aberrations, and then all of these two goblins will just go down eventually, because the Somphs are that good, they're just destroying all of them, killing the infested, destroying the aberrations, and they're still gonna be alive with a ton of HP. The Somphs can just overpower everything this Stukov has, except probably for his move speed, because he does have 5.5 freaking move speed, which makes him insane, and also a ton of damage. He's got about, how much is this? Over 1000 damage probably, yeah, he's one of the top Stukovs I have ever seen. In terms of like level and damage in general, because in terms of skill, Shadow Wolf is not the best Stukov, but he was decent. Now here is best of you once again, going for the Diamondbacks, but again, They cannot deal with swamps. The swamps will just go through and destroy all of this because the splash is also insane and those are pretty squishy units. And now even a couple more of these swamps are gonna move in with those with their claws, and even though they deal like 300 damage a shot, it's still not enough to destroy a stone pile. That's just not how it goes. Here's the Hakka going for a couple of these swamps which are gonna be touching the buildings, but they're still not gonna be enough. Now the Hakka is only at 5000 HP, trying to desperately break this base, but I mean, the guys have a Ghost Nova, am I right? Do they have a Ghost Nova? Yeah, look at that. And he's maxed out. Ghost Nova now has a whopping 26 range and over, how much is that even? 240, he's got about 10,000 damage a second realistically, even though not all of that goes through. That's still a lot of damage by like one unit. Nova could absolutely destroy the Hakka in less than 1 second if she wanted to go next to him. The Stones are gonna move in once again after all of those aberrations, as well as Ravagers, and they will manage to destroy all of them, I believe. Yeah, there we go. But the Stukov is just spamming more and more stuff. Stukov just can't have enough of that, even though he's very fast. He still wants to be in the front line. Now here are some more Somps that are going to be destroyed by those turrets now. Here is Stukov once again trying to push the Zerg base, even though this is not really gonna work. Now this is not working, the Hakka. This is not okay. Is now level 20. Now look at this, best of is even gonna go for those Wraths. They can deal a lot of damage. Look at that, they're gonna go for the Hakka. They're gonna, actually they deal about a lot of damage per shot. That was like 500 damage a shot. I mean, the Hakka's gonna try and run away. He's only at, no, the Hakka don't get, no way, he's almost dies to those couple of Wraths. He's just gonna run away with 800 HP only. The Wraths will manage to destroy the rest of the Corruptors and just go away. The thing is, no, the Hakka is just gonna get destroyed by them. No, the Hakka, don't do that. Don't do this, the Hakka, you need to run. Will he run? He's just sitting under them. He just wants to get destroyed by them. Yeah, look at that. Good game, well played. The Hakka just going into the enemies and giving up, realizing he cannot really do anything. Good game, well played, guys. This was definitely a mostly pro game. I gotta say, I liked it.